Here is an update on economy to the US dollar. I'm on the daily chart. I usually start on the daily chart if it has enough price history. Otherwise, I go to the 4-hour chart. So usually the first thing I do is I look for patterns. This one right here. And by now, you should be able to see that altcoins and Bitcoin, every crypto loves triangle pattern. It is in their nature to carve out a triangle pattern. It is like their way of selecting the preferred pattern to correct, consolidate, and prepare either for the next up leg or the next correction. And time and again, we quite often run into fractals, just like what you can see here. So you can call this fractal 1. And here is fractal 2. So take a look at these two fractals. So this triangle broke out, and it was about equivalent to the height of the starting point of this triangle. The percent gain was 564%. Very impressive. Where do you get 564% in just 2 months in the stock market? Non-existent. The only way you could have that kind of return is 1, if you're really lucky, and 2, if you have 100x leverage in the stock market. Something that I would never touch on a leverage basis. So, if this generates from here 564%, let's make it 600% even. Good, easy math. That'll make it at about $8. So if it made 600%, so this is redrawn. The breakout from the first fractal gave us 600%. If we can extrapolate approximately 600% for the next breakout as well, that'll bring us to a target price of around $8. Now I know that this fractal is smaller in proportion than this. So if we make it equal to the height, that would bring it to at around 547. And the profitability level on that would be 420%. So 547. So that's the kind of utility a fractal provides. Let's say you had no fractals, no indications of a fractal. Well, you clearly will not have this kind of advantage of utilizing a fractal. It gives you data point and information and perspective that would otherwise not be available. Okay, now finally we can do some Elliott wave placements. This whole thing was corrective. And it would be best labeled with an A, B, and a C. And then we got 5 waves up. And that can be labeled as 1, 2, 3, 4, and a 5. After 5 waves, there's also an ABC, and this ABC has occurred. So what's interesting here is, I believe, a breakout has occurred and in progress. Not a jailbreak, but a breakout of price from the confinements of the contracting lines of a triangle, but in this case a bullish triangle because it's descending. Now as you add more subwaves and add more labels and patterns, fractals, it gets really busy. So the key question here is, how can we project maybe to 547? Well, I would place the waves like this. So from now until June, July-ish or so, there's a very good viable potential to make somewhere in the range of 440% or 600%, especially if this gets extended, given that this breakout is following two consecutive bullish wedges. It could, even though it's smaller than the first, the fact that it's double divides could be far more compelling and powerful. So am I saying this is conservative? Yes, it is. And I think this is very exciting. Exciting times ahead. I sense it. I don't know if you can too. And this excitement will, I think, if it goes according to the bull price pathway, could be the start of a new, higher degree piranha feeding frenzy. Because once Wall Street starts coming in and create that liquidity shortage, and it becomes a market where the bid gets higher and higher and higher, 6 figures is not out of the question. All right, I hope you found this to be helpful. As I often say, I hope I have earned the right to ask you for the consideration of your upvotes, re-esteem, and follow. My follow numbers are growing every day, and that's great. People don't follow for bad reasons. Unless you're a troll and you want to track me but people usually follow for good reasons. And so I would appreciate the consideration of your follow, re-esteem, and an upvote. Thank you and have a good day.